What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl. So today I want to talk to you about a guy named Tremaine Deon Carroll. He's 51 years old. You know, he was saying that he was a trans woman, so he was in the female facility, right? Well, you know what happened there. Two women were raped by Tremaine. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Something has to change. Something has to change, because if it doesn't, we're going to see more and more of these cases. But anyway, a transgender inmate has been removed from a California women's prison after being indicted for rape. Tremaine Deon Carroll, 51 years old, has been moved to a men's prison as he faces 2 charges of rape and one of dissuading a witness from testifying, as first reported by feminist news site Reddit. One of Carroll's alleged victims, Jane Doe, says she was attacked and raped at the shower at the Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, that's like 150 miles southeast of San Francisco. The criminal complaint also mentions a second unnamed alleged victim. Now, Carroll is now at the male-only facility, Valley State Prison in Delano. So a news outlet previously spoke with Jane Doe, who said she fell victim to a fully penetrative assault in the showers in January of 2024 at the hands of her new cellmate Carroll. Now, the attack has left her with crippling trauma and unable to shower for days at a time. Basic hygiene is now a trigger that brings the horror of her ordeal flooding back. Now, Jane Doe, who is in her 30s and just over 5 feet tall, she was serving a short sentence for burglary. Sources close to her case say that after she asked prison authorities to change her cell, she opted to room with 2 fellow female prisoners and a self-identified transgender inmate, Tremaine Carroll. As a juvenile, Carroll was charged with theft and firearm possession offenses in 1988 and 1989, which are in the court documents. In 1990, as an adult, Carroll was arrested for involvement in the gunpoint kidnapping, robbery, and SA of 2 women. Now, what happened, they took her to the hospital, right? And she was getting checked, for a pelvic exam. She said she felt humiliated because they had her arms and her legs still in chains. Now, I thought that when you go to the hospital and they are checking you, they would at least take the chains off. So she went through this thing with Carroll, being raped. And now she's at the hospital getting checked. And she feels humiliated because she's in chains. And I understand that. And I understand that's probably what the law is. So Carroll got in trouble again, and the 3 strikes you're out law came into effect, and he was sentenced to 25 years to life. So he's been causing havoc in jail. So now he is a self-identifying transgender woman, and that's why he was put into the females facility. But he is not in there anymore because he is charged with rape, okay, and intimidating a witness. So now he's back. He is right where he needs to be, in the male facility. Something has to change, because if it doesn't change, if these laws doesn't change, there are going to be more men saying that they identify as a trans woman just to get into the female facilities and do the same thing that Tremaine has done to these women. But when she got back to the prison, she was treated poorly because Tremaine said that, I didn't do that to her. She did that to me. What? I'm pretty sure that lady has been there for a minute and no one said that she did anything to them. But he's there and he gonna lie and say, she was the one that did it to him. So she was treated, poorly by the authorities that were there, which to me is upsetting. It's upsetting. He was leaving little notes, and he propositioned her, and she turned down all of his advances. And just one day, he really took advantage of her. He raped her in the shower at the facility, the women's facility. I said it before in my last video. Something needs to be done. Somebody is going to have to make a facility just for trans people, the ones that didn't get the operation, because obviously he didn't get the operation. The ones who didn't get the operation and consider themselves trans, it's just going to have to be a facility for them. It has to be. It has to be a facility just for them, because now it seems like when somebody is getting arrested, I'm a trans woman, and when you say you're a trans woman, they will put you with the females, and then while you in there, you got access to all these women. All of these women you have access to, and it's going to take them some time to move you. And you go in there with bad intentions. To me, that's horrible. That's horrible. It's bad enough that the female inmates have to worry about the correction officers. You get what I'm saying? Being abused by the correction officers. So now they have to worry about men who, when they get arrested, they're yelling, "I'm a trans woman," just to get in there and do the same thing that they was probably doing on the outside. Now they have access to all these women. It's horrible. It's horrible. Oh, man. But I just want to bring this to your attention. He's never getting out, He was already sentenced 25 years to life, but he has these great charges that he's been indicted for. Yeah. But he's in a male facility now. So I guess, those male inmates that are there, they can have their way with him. I bet you he wouldn't like that. But anyway, that's all I have on this case. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section, and I'll talk to you later.